Ladies and gentlemen, before this video starts, it is currently 2:31 a.m. while I'm recording this video. And my parents are asleep, so I need to be very, very quiet. So I sincerely apologize if the video sound isn't super, good. So yeah, I just want to preface by saying that. And now for the true moment. PSG 2, Lens 0, and PSG are champions of Liga for the 5th year in a row. We've won 8 out of the last 9 Ligas, and that's our 14th title. I mean, can we just take a second to appreciate how beautiful that this graphic is? League of Champions. It is just sensational. I mean, as you can see right here, PSG 9 points clear, 46 goal differential, and there's one match day remaining. Lens, gotta give credit where it's due. They made the title challenge very tough. Lille currently in 3rd, Lyon currently in 4th, Stade Rennais in 5th, Marseille in 6th. See if they can get Conference League or Europa League football. No Champions League football for Marseille. Lyon and Stade Rennais and Lille are all fighting for Champions League. I think Stade Rennais are a good side, but I'd like to see Lyon and Lille get into that top 4 spot. I think Stade Rennais would be better in the Conference League and Marseille better in the Europa League. So I want to see Monaco, in European competition, Marseille not. But hey, we never know. Obviously, still a bit of a relegation battle. Angers are safe. Le Havre, Auxerre, and Nice all fighting to stay up. Nantes and Metz, unfortunately, are going down to Ligue 2. Metz was kind of expected. Nantes, I think I had them around that 12th, 13th spot. But wow, I mean, they're getting relegated pretty easily. Now, let's get on to the real subject here. PSG 2, Lens 0, goals from 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼𝙇𝙎. Now, let's talk about the game here real quick. PSG, despite having more possession, we're not the better team. Lens definitely deserved at least a draw, probably a win. As you can see here, 2.87 XG to 1.22, 25 shots to 10 shots on target to 3, 47 touches in the opposition box to 14, 6 big chances to 2, 6 big chances missed to 1. They did have half our passes, but they had double our corners. Now to get into the player ratings, and let's talk about that. First off, Matvei Safonov. Matvei Safonov, you are a top 10 goalkeeper in the world, and that is a lock. As a backup goalkeeper, you're usually there to, if the keeper's injured, you're there filling in. If a coach wants to rotate him for cup games, that's where you are. Lucas Chevalier, if I'm pronouncing that right, was inconsistent, had poor performances, especially when it mattered besides the Marseille game in the Trophée des Champions. But Matvei Safonov stepped up, won us the Intercontinental Cup, and I saw Junior say it on his recent video, Junior Nkanabasi, shout out him, and I said it myself on our recent Extra Time FC podcast. Safonov, I don't think he reached the peak of what Donnarumma reached, but I think he's more consistent because he's consistently good, and he's not this he's not making these insane saves where I was like, oh my god, I've never seen this before. But if we scroll down a little bit, if we scroll down, we can see here, this is where Donnarumma struggled coming off his line. Okay, let's take our headset off for the rest of the video. This is where Donnarumma struggled. Acted as a sweeper, right? Now, technically, didn't have to do that, but 3 punches, 6 throws, 1 high claim, 8 recoveries, 3 clearances, and 1 out of 1 is aerial goals. Safonov is genuinely one of arguably the better goalkeepers on earth. coming off his line. He's very good, I think. Like when Safanov comes off his line, I think he's super good. His decision making is really good. I'm really impressed with how good Safanov is. Now he is a bit of an experienced keeper. He's 27, but I mean, Russia are not allowed to play in any of the major competitions, obviously, because of what's going on with Ukraine. I'm not going to get into that. But Safanov, he's only playing the Russian league. He's not played high level football. So obviously he's been on PSG. This is, I think, his second season, if I'm correct. So him to improve this much, I love it. And honestly, no matter what happens in the UEFA Champions League final on May 30th against Arsenal Football Club, I think he should be the #1 goalkeeper, unless we can bring in like a Mike Mignon or a top other keeper. Mike Mignon's the only realistic option I can see, but even, I mean, Mike Mignon, you'd probably have to splash like 40 million on him. I think we should sell 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼 because I don't think he's ever going to get the starting slot back. I don't know who he signed to be the backup, or we, let Renato Martin develop and keep him as the backup and bring in Morton James from the academy, who's really, really good, and have him as a third shooting, or Arthur 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼. I don't know how you say his name, please. Someone correct me, but I mean, look, Safanov, I think he's gonna be the #1 keeper this year because you've asked him to put in a shift. He has, and he's done his job extremely well. So Safanov, man of the match tonight, really, really good performance. Love him in goal. Lucas Hernandez, he's had a really good season, I think, but not a great performance, not a poor performance either. I don't think he was awful, but I think he could have been better. I think Aguilar on the right was doing some work over there, but overall, he's back at left back. Just need to go out there and put out his best work, put in the shift, and he does that, so no complaints. Beraldo, I didn't think he was that bad. Like, I didn't think he was horrible. When I saw him at center back, I'm like, oh, see how this goes. But he's definitely the better at the 6. 100%, there's no debate. He's better at the 6. Not a horrible performance, but he is extremely better at the 6. 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼, this is somebody I want to talk about. The most defensive contributions with 12. I think more of the opportunities came from the left hand side from Beraldo and Lucas Hernandez, the Lucas guys. So I can understand that why he had the most defensive contributions, had to cover a lot of space, mainly on the right side, as you can see here, but there's a few times where he did it left. Overall, really good performance. He's been good recently. I think we brought him in to, be behind Marquinhos, develop, and, once Marquinhos calls it a day and leaves PSG, which probably going to be, in a season or two, and hopefully not, because I think this is one of the best Marquinhos seasons, but, everybody's going to call it a day someday, so 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼 can improve. He's only 23. I'm really happy to see where he gets, because I really like 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼. Obviously, him and Safanov, can they start together? I don't know, but I think they're professional enough to keep it to the where they're not going to let politics, change the outcomes of their career. So I think 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼, he can become a world-class center half. We paid 60 million for him, so we should. But hope he becomes worth that price tag, or at least a third, at least like a 3 out of 4 of it. So at least he becomes like a 40+ million worth type of guy, like a 45+ million type of guy. I won't have much complaints. Mayulu, no complaints. It really wasn't great on a right back, so I'm not expecting much. I think the fact that David Boehly is not playing minutes is really weird to me. Because I get why. I think Mayulu should have been hooked for Boehly once we went like 1-0 up, because it's like, if we drew this game, we would have won the league anyways, and we would have to lost like 7-0 this game, like 7-0 against Paris FC. So I thought this is a game where you bring the academy kid on, but Mayulu, not great, not horrible, mid game, not as good as the game against Brest, but yeah, not bad. 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼, I thought 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼 was actually good going forward in the midfield. He impressed me a little bit when I saw in the midfield. He wasn't like anything crazy. I think it was a lot better when Vitinha got subbed on at halftime. So I don't think there's ever a scenario where down the line that we should play Matt game. I think we should always stick with the 4-3-3. I like the experiment, but I think we should just keep out with the standard 4-3-3. Have him athletic right wing, but overall not a horrible performance, but nothing like outstanding. Good link up play towards that and goal. So overall solid performance, nothing special, but just another day on the block for one of the best 20-year-old loans playing. John Neves, covers a lot of space on that pitch. But again, nothing crazy, but did his job. Nothing to complain about. Nothing worrying. John Neves. I don't want him to play against Bears FC. Don't play any of the starters type stuff. But yeah, I thought Ďoh was incredible. Ďoh was absolutely incredible. I really like this kid. I might get his kit, bro. I might get his jersey. I'm a huge fan of Ďoh Fernandes. I rate him so highly. I think he's gonna become one of the best midfielders in the world one day. Hopefully that's at PSG. I wouldn't be surprised if he leaves way down the line, but I don't think it will. I think he loves PSG. Maybe one day he can start in that midfield with Vitinha, João Neves, or 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼 or whatever. But I really hope he either A, becomes like a guy straight off the bench, or B, a starter. But I don't think he's one of those guys who can, play multiple positions like a 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼 or 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼. But at center mid, he's great. He's a superstar. He's going to be great one day. I'm so happy he's doing this. That's 3 games in a row, which played 90 minutes and started. So I'm super happy for him. 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼, good goal. Besides that, didn't really affect the game. But got his goal, got his lead. This is the best left winger in the world, and it's comfortably. So I'm super happy to see him, just drop these performances. 𝙎𝙾𝘾𝙄𝘼. Hold on. Bradley, what has happened to you, man? What has happened to you? You came back from injury. Nah, this doesn't deserve a full screen. You came back from injury. You've been poor. You've been really, really poor against Chelsea. There's 2 legs against Chelsea. You were brilliant. First leg, you scored the opening goal. Second leg, you buried the tie. We were up 6-2. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna go through. But you remember the Aston Villa game last year where we were 4 goals and they almost came back. So I'm like, if we score again, it's wraps. It's done. There's no coming back. 𝙎𝙾𝘾𝙄𝘼, top bench finish. I'm like, wow, this is the 𝙎𝙾𝘾𝘄𝘼 I've been really liking seeing, and potentially competing for a starting spot, because obviously Dembele's a lock. 𝙎𝙾𝘾𝘄𝘼 now's a lock, but at the time, 𝙎𝙾𝘾𝘄𝘼 was coming off a good performance against Chelsea, but he didn't start that day because he was coming off a bad patch in Liga and wasn't performing anything excellent in the UCL. So, and 𝙎𝙖 wasn't having the great form that he is right now. So I think I love 𝙎𝙾𝘾𝘄𝘼. I hope he doesn't leave, but he's got to get these performances on, man. He's obviously going to get caught up to the World Cup, and I hope he's great performances there. But it sucks to see because I love 𝙎𝙾𝘾𝘄𝘼. He was having a really good patch and then got injured. Just unlucky. Dembele, I don't understand how you watch football. You watch football and you say there's any guy currently on the planet better than this guy. The things this guy can do with a football, he can play make, he can dribble, he can use left, right foot, he can defend, he can press, he can lead. Played first game as a captain today, only 3rd year at the club, by the way. This guy can do literally everything. No, hold on. I need to say this because I've said this on podcasts. I've said this on other podcasts. If Ousmane Dembele wins the Champions League, he goes down as the top 5 false 9 of all time. And if he wins the World Cup and wins in a Ballon d'Or, he's easily a lock. Maybe not top 5 if he wins the UCL, easily top 10. Because think about how many false 9s can you think of? And I'm not talking about like he played false 9 huge games in there, like not like a Messi, but like I'm not talking about like if you play a 2 up top because that's 2 strikers, like a genuine false 9, a genuine like that's your position. Dembele could be a top 5 false 9 of all time because he's played 2 seasons of there. He's done everything. He's won the Champions League, won the Ballon d'Or, won everything. So the 2 seasons Dembele spent as a false 9 have been generational. Dembele is a generational talent. If you still think that Dembele is the worst Ballon d'Or winner, that he's worse than Rodri, Dembele will surpass Platini. Dembele will surpass Kaká. He will surpass those players. Dembele, he's not going to surpass Modric. Maybe Dembele's got some like 5 good years with them at least. He's 28. He's been staying healthy. I mean, Dembele, bro. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, but if Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or, World Cup, and the Champions League is better than Neymar, I'm sorry. But look, let's get on to the other guys. Vitinha, nothing crazy, nothing bad. 71 touches in 45 minutes is crazy, by the way. But overall, just another day for the best midfielder in the world. You know what I mean? Fabian Ruiz, just getting some impact, getting some touches, getting some cardio, you know, just getting into the groove of things. 29 minutes didn't really affect the game, but did what he needed to type thing. Gonzalo Ramos, could this be the last time we saw him in a PSG shirt? Hopefully not. But yeah, just, I mean, all right performance. Only came on for 18 minutes. Not Dimitri Lucio, however you say his name. 19, center back, left-footed, maybe a backup left center back since Lukerson is a left back. Brawler's going to transfer 6. Hopefully he plays against Paris FC. Starts, you know, start all the academy guys. But I thought his performance was all right. I thought he looked confident. He looked like he belonged out there. So that's what you need from the academy kids. You don't expect these 40 out of 10 performances where it's like, oh, you know, he was excellent or he was really, really poor. Just do your job. You know, I'm still upset we got rid of Axel Tape. I thought he could be a really good talent center back, but hey, wish him the best at Bayern Leverkusen. But who knows? Could be a world class center back down the line. Not gonna go too far, but 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼𝙇. Oh, I'm not gonna talk. I think 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼 is a really good player. Like a really good player. He's a solid youngster that can become. He's got potential, but this guy playing on the left or right. That goal. I don't think Nabelli be able to do that, bro. That's a. I can't show you the actual goal, but that's a ridiculous finish. Look up 𝙎𝙊𝘾𝙄𝘼𝑆's goal today. That's a ridiculous finish. The guy, Dewey, plays it across. He hits first time. He hits off the bar. Keeper's got no chance. That's a. If we scored that goal against Arsenal, I'd be starstruck. Overall, that was a solid enough performance for PSG. Did what we needed to. Got the 3 points. Our Liga champions. And we played Paris FC on Sunday. And then we have I believe that makes it a 2-week break. It could be either 3-week or 2-week break. No, sorry. I believe, oh my god, I'm losing my mind right now. If I remember correctly, that makes a 13-day break between the game against Paris FC and Arsenal. Arsenal have to play 2 games in between those days. They have to play the 18th and they have to play the 24th against Burnley, Crystal Palace, and they have to play their full squad, by the way, because this is now the title technically could be done on the final day. Hopefully it's not. Hopefully Burnley get a result. Hopefully City get a result. I'm hoping City are able to win the league. I think that demoralize Arsenal's, you know, like their mentality is like, oh, we lost the league, now we have to, like, it could happen like what happened to Inter last season. Inter lost the league, you know, their team morale was down and they got smacked in the final. So hopefully the same thing happens to Arsenal. If not, you know, PSG are going to come full strength. PSG are going to be ready. PSG are going to be the champions of Europe. And yeah,